speak about. You remember the video that I made? The live that I shared not long time ago, and I was so upset talking about friends, right? I want to speak about something else after watching this show. I ended up by watching it. I realized that some of us, majority of us, all of us, to be honest, because there's a time in her life, some of us, all of us, we experience negativity, we experience ungrateful, and we don't realize this never happened to you. You don't realize how rich that you are until you met someone who do have the person doesn't even have a little bit of what you have. And when I speak about wealth, it's not always about materialistic stuff. It's not about money. Wealth means everything in life for me that makes you happy, that keeps you positive, that keep you going. Your positive mindset is a wealth. Thinking positively is a wealth because there's no having your health is a wealth. Being free, freedom is a wealth. So those things are number one wealth in my life. And it's funny because I never focus on money. Money is not number one wealth in my life because I believe that money is energy. So whatever you put on this earth, that's what you're gonna receive. So if you so negative, you always think you are broke. You always the little that you have, you're not grateful for it. You will not get more. So you just think about how about money, 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 but you cannot think about something else. You cannot live life fully. You cannot help someone. You cannot how can I say that? You just money is number one for you, but you don't focus on other things. You so some people they are so poor mentally, physically, emotionally, and they very rich in wealth. But those people I still call them poor because even you rich financially, if you're not rich mentally and emotionally and physically, how are you gonna enjoy this financial wealth that you have? You know, sometimes we can be very poor of our own wealth. So after watching this thing, I realize how wealthy that I am, not because I am rich financially, but because I have my peace of mind, I have my health, I have my freedom, and I say, God, tonight I'm gonna pray and ask God for forgiveness for if I used to complain in my life. And I'm sure there's some days, two things, it's today and yesterday, a week ago, a friend of mine reminds me that how I should be grateful, right? Because I was telling the friend how I am so tired of something. She said, "You don't realize the heart that God gave you. You should be grateful. That's a blessing. You don't realize the fact that you can help. Even it hurts. You want to keep that, but you helping because your God give you a heart that forcing you to do things even your body don't want to do. Sometimes as human being, we have to challenge ourselves to do good because we're so protective over money. But money made for spending, money made um for helping others. Also, you don't just keep your money made also to invest to make more money. So when you have money, you just keep it in your bank account. You just want to save it. You don't want to spend it. You don't want to help others. You don't want to invest it. So what is the reason why for having money? um it's the same when you have an ID, and sometimes we have collective IDs, and sometimes we have also um um individual IDs. If you have a collective ID to work in a community, to work in a team and you're just so selfish, you don't want to share it with no one. So this is again a poor mentality. So the fact that you are someone that is helpful to your community, that is helpful to help, that is helpful to think, that is helpful, it's wealth, you know. um After watching this show, I said, I'm gonna tell you the story. Is this young man, he's 58 now. Let me find his name. He is 58. I went on Google to do my research about him. His name is Anthony Charles Graves. So this man spent he spent actually 20, okay, who knew record of violence. He was arrested at, okay, so he spent 18 years in jail for something he didn't do, right? For something he didn't do. He spent 18 years in jail. And I was watching this man talking about his life. You know, I was watching him talking. Finally, he's out. They find out um, he didn't do it. And the judge knows that he didn't do it. The judge still put him in death penalty. This happened in Texas. He got he went to jail at 26 years old. And I was watching this video. I started feeling very sad. When I said really sad, I just I'm the type of person I like to put myself in the person's shoes and just feel it. And I said, oh my God, this man he didn't do nothing. They just put him in jail. He said he didn't do it. They refused to listen to him. After the person who did it said, tell the truth, even the judge knew he wasn't the he wasn't guilty. The judge still keep it in the death penalty. So it's easy for us. I'm gonna speak as a godly person. I'm not gonna speak as my human nature. I try to stay away from it because I feel like as when we if you try to be a better person, you have to really try to make sense with God, right? And try to stay away from your human nature, because it's easy when something happened to us as human being to think, oh, it's because I'm poor, it's discrimination, it's because I'm black, it's because I'm white. Yes, racism exists in every race, but one thing that I know, the world is messed up. So I'm trying to not always put color in everything. I know a lot of people will not be okay with me. Racism exists for 100%, but my job on myself, it's trying to keep myself positive, not going to the negative side. Because this man, they put him in jail for 18 years for something he didn't do. And he has faith. He said even he was there, they were about to execute him. He said he knows one day he will be with his mother. That's why faith is very important. I think the poorest person in the world is the person who lives with no faith. It doesn't matter how much money that you have. If you don't have faith, you don't have nothing. So the person who put him in jail is a white man. I mean, the person who put him out is a white woman. So that's why I don't want to focus on color, because I realize all that I get, and with my experience also, um, in every culture, if we're gonna speak about discrimination, it's true, we had a history. As black people, we've been abused, we've been in so many things. But if we're going to speak about discrimination, there's discrimination in every race, in every nation. Even us as black people, we like to discriminate against each other. I saw it too often. So that's why My job is not to printing out the negative side, is to learn in the worst situation how to get something positive even in the worst situation. I believe that us as human beings, we can be the best example for our communities. You know, I refuse to act hungry, upset because someone mistreated me. You know, I don't know. I was raised that way. I refuse to allow people negative energy to make me upset. It takes me a lot to get upset, and I think that's the most beautiful thing that God could give me, to control my emotion. Even I'm not in the point to say I'm 100% sure, because I'm human, right? Um, so talking about, go back to this man, I realized that this man, he is so grateful after spending 18 years of his life in jail, in the most difficult jail in Texas, for something he didn't do. So this man has a choice. He has choice, of course, to be the most angriest person, be upset, saying, you know what? They put me in jail because I'm a black man, I'm a poor black man. I hate America. I hate this, I hate that. He didn't do that. Instead, he said he's grateful for being out. He's grateful to live his freedom. He's grateful that he can live now in peace. And this man go out of his way to create an a no-profit organization to help, um, to fight against death penalty in Texas, because too many people die, um, got killed for while they weren't guilty of whatever they accused them of. And this man, when he come out of the prison, he remembers still the first meal that he ate outside, and he is just like listen to him. I'm gonna start visiting prison, because I really realize that when you speak to some people who've been to some difficulty, you realize how how much you have, you don't even know it. Even you didn't have money, your freedom is more than money. You don't know how your life can just change in 1 second. The protection that you get over yourself. Say thank you, God. We're living in a crazy world. You don't need to go nowhere for trouble to come get you. Some people, they living in their house, they don't go out, they got killed. And that's why, and it's not a black white thing, this is a world thing. That's things that happen in the world. The world is crazy, the world is messed up, and us as human being, I want us to understand that we cannot go against each other. As human being, we have to help each other, because everyone dealing with their own battles, right? Their own fight. Excuse my accent, guys. Sometimes the English I pronounce English completely different. So that man has to start learning life again. He said it's like a new life to me. Like, just he went to a restaurant for him to order. He was talking how weird it is, because he don't used to have options. Now he has options. They said, oh, what type of burger you want? And I said, wow, you see, little thing we take for granted, you know? Am I okay for what happened to him? No, that's why I'm talking about it. That I was watching it was very hurtful to me to see that. But I said, you know what? I'm learning every day from people who come out of the worst situation, and they make the best out of it. And it depends of us to choose what decision we make to our life. We can have the same experience but get different result. That's totally real. You and I, two people can have the same experience, same experience, and one come out and change the world and say, you know what, I'm so happy I've been to it. If I didn't go to it, I will not be focused to make this change. I will not feel so connected to what happened to these people. I want to bring a change. And they become an advocate for it. Or the other one decided to be the victim, even she is or he is the victim, and decided, I'm a victim. Why people do that to me? It's because I'm black. It's because I'm white. It's because I'm poor. It's because I'm this. And keep complaining, keep complaining, and become someone very upset at the world, very upset at everyone, even at herself or himself, and never change, never learn something good in the story. So um there was a lady complaining how she doesn't have no money. I don't know why, but God put something in my heart. I get very exhausted being around people who likes to complain. That's something that I hate. I don't like to use this word, but I don't appreciate it. Because I don't feel like, and I started practicing that for a long time, but I realized that complaint is a mentality of poverty. People who likes to complain about things, they very poor people. I'm not saying they poor because they don't have money, but that's a poor mindset that keep you where you are. And you don't complain to the world because the world can't do nothing to you, right? You have to go to your creator to complain to him. So complaining to someone, what they're gonna do to you, you just expose your problem to them, and you give them, you think some people gonna help you, they are even happy. They said misery loves company. Sure. So that lady, she was around me saying how she doesn't even have any money, and I have, in my mind I said I'm gonna give her something. Now she said that this just turned me off. Like when I said turn me off, because she kept complaining about it, and because of that I just like been a turn off for me. And I had to tell her, I said, you know what, it's not good to be like that, because even you don't have, the fact that you are healthy, the fact that you can breathe, the fact that you're still in life, you should feel grateful to God. For you to keep complaining because you don't have money, and you don't need to complain to people, go complain to God. If and I realized I was so upset. I didn't realize, I didn't when I said upset, when I'm upset, when something really touched me deep, I will speak. I will tell the person how I feel. I will tell the person, give the person advice, but I didn't want to be there because it's not really good to be that way, right? So what I wanted to say is, we really needs to learn to appreciate what we have, and start changing our vocabularies into positive one instead of negative. Some people have a way to keep calling themselves broke. They're not smart enough. You broke because you believe you broke. Some people have a way of comparing the life with others, even they don't know what's going on in the person's life, because they see on social media, they think they know the person. I was talking about this story on TikTok live. Somebody goes to tell me I'm not a leader. And do I know the person? I don't know him, right? So I said, how do you know I'm not a leader? He said, if I'm a leader. First, I should not even answer to that question. I am wrong for even answer to him. Why do you need to know if I'm a leader? People find out if you were a leader. You don't even know. You know you are a leader, but you don't even focus on you a leader. You focus on doing your job as a leader. You're not there to just show to the world I'm a leader. When people doing their work as a leader, they're not there to promote it. They're there to bring change, right? And that's why a lot of people using the social media to take money and lying about what they not, taking other people money but not doing the job. The heart is not there, and so this person saying, oh, my actions speak louder than what I, that's why he knows I'm not the leader. And I have to tell him, who are you to judge my action? You don't know me. You really don't know me. Social media is something that people show you what they want to show you, right? I show you my dance, I show you my cooking, I show you my travel, but do you know my heart? You don't know my heart. You're not my creator. You're not my God. Do you know who I am? You don't know who I am. You don't know what I do outside of social media. Do I want you to know everything that God gave me to share to my community? No. And do you know what I'm dealing with? No, you don't. So it's very, very easy for us as human beings to judge others, to be jealous of others, to hate others, to complain about what we don't have, to not be grateful about what we have, to keep asking for more while we cannot handle the smallest one that God gave us, and to be very selfish and using her power to destroy her community instead of helping her community, right? And yes, this story really helped me understand more. I am someone who always trying to practice gratitude, but to practice more and more and more gratitude and be grateful to God, not because He gave me money, but because He gave me freedom, because He gave me health, because freedom is the most important thing people they don't understand. And you can still I saw so many things. This this princess, she's billionaire, but she was a slave. I'm not gonna say princess from which country she is. And she tried to run away, but they take her again. To tell you, money is not happiness. Money is not freedom. Money doesn't mean you are rich. Rich comes with a whole thing, not only one thing. That's why I always tell people, prepare your mind to be rich first. You have to prepare your mind so your mind is rich. When the money comes, you can handle it. Some of us want to be rich so fast, but we're not ready for it. If you're not ready to become rich fully, the money gonna destroy you. And that's what happened to a lot of celebrity. They become rich so fast. That wasn't the wealth God wants to give them. They get rich before time and they weren't fully ready for it. They ended up by using that money to destroy their community instead of better the community. They're using that money to do bad thing, crazy thing, instead of probably, listen, you don't want to help your community, fine, go on vacation. I don't know, there's so many things to do. That's why when you were with a rich person financially, when you get money, you know how to spend your money. Things that Lord Jesus, I am so grateful to God. I am so grateful to God. I remember when I was married, before I met my ex-husband, I used to love to travel. In France, I used to travel every 3 months. And My ex-husband, he is someone who just love to walk, and that's someone who just walk. And I wanted to travel. My life just changed. He doesn't want to travel. He cannot travel. But okay, you can travel. Can I travel? No, no. He didn't want me to travel too. I didn't want to be selfish. So when I become alone, I just said, you know what? All the thing that I couldn't do, I pray and God blessed me enough. And that's why I said, you know what? I love traveling. I just keep traveling. So this is my wealth. Having my passion, it might not be being able to do my passion, being able to cooking my food, being able to sleep in my place without somebody stressing me out, complaining in my head, being able to have my peace of mind, being able to hear my children saying, Mommy, I love you, being able to know, to see my kids saying, Mommy, you're the best mommy in the world, even I know I'm not the best. We're always learning how to be better. Those, being able to go to exercise, being able to go to my dance classes, and happy, laughing, smiling, those are my wealth. Those are my wealth. Being able to connect it to others, not being selfish, put myself in somebody else's shoes. Because some people, they just don't care. They just like, I don't care. Like, they just, I don't know, some people, they don't have soul. They don't have a soul. Their soul is gone. And they just body, and I don't know. Sometimes what you've been through either makes you better or bitter. I'm grateful to what I went through, makes me better. And I still have a lot to improve. And we will always need improvement in life. But listen to somebody's testimonies, you always learn from this person. And watching this man talking about himself, smiling and not having any rage in his heart, I'm sure it was hard for him. Being able to heal, he listened. He said, because when you came out from jail, it's like a transition for you from jail to regular life, because you were inside in a place for so many years. Even COVID, let's take an example. COVID happened. Look at how people change. Some people, they kill themselves. Some people, they just fall in depression. Some people fall in drugs because they don't use to just stay 24 hours inside a home. Some husband divorce their wife, some wife divorce their husbands because they don't use to see the loved one 24 hours. And now they see him and her. To tell you, the little time that COVID stayed, so many damages that happened to her life, more mental health issues because we stay in one place. Could you imagine somebody who stay inside of a jail, not even in a house, for 18 years? And that man has to learn life again because he didn't have any how can I say that, human connection, regular normal connection, talking to someone and going to work or exercise. It's hard eating the food that he wants to eat, going to places he want to go, that he didn't see his family. It's hard. So he said some people tell him he should help, he should search for help. I respect people like him. He didn't say, "Oh, I'm not crazy. You don't need to be crazy to search for help. I searched for help after my divorce. I did a lot of therapies, and that's after God. That's what kept me focused and understand and make me the woman that I am now, not bitter, instead better, right? Because there's some situation you going to life, you will just go black and you will not understand. You will not understand and you will need help. And he went to therapy, he went to get help. He is the man that he is right now, and he's working to help others like him. So, what I've learned from this story, I've learned that not everything that we've been through is because of destruction, is because, I don't know. I, as a godly person, maybe some people are gonna say she's crazy. Maybe I am. I don't know. But that's how I go to my life. In the worst situation in life, I take um, a positive experience. I've learned something good in it, and I hope I will be this way. So what I've learned about this situation is this man, he's working in something. He is determined. He is grateful. He is happy. I don't know if you see some people, well, how can I say? I went to a domestic violence situation. There was a point in my life I cut my hair because I didn't know what to do. And I just feel like what to do. I felt stuck. And the hardest part in my relationship when I was in it is that person, I was waiting for him to apologize to me. Till now, he never apologized. And also, he didn't see me. I need help. Let me tell you something. And that's probably why I feel the pain of the man, because this man said when he came out from the prison, he was very emotional. He cried for everything. And that's how I felt. When I came out from my abusive relationship, I cried for everything. I was very emotional. I was a mess. And I remember one time I went to I went to an interview, and I started crying because the interviewer, we had a conversation. She spoke about abuse, and I don't know, I just started crying. Once I heard the word abuse was something to do with an abusive relationship or anything, I was so sensitive over that. And 7 years later, I'm smiling about it. I've learned about it. I care for the women who are still dealing with it. I don't want people to experience the same thing as I am. I'm more careful when I see a woman been to a domestic violence situation, when I see a woman who is in drugs, when I see a woman, a homeless, I don't feel like, oh my God, this isn't homeless. You know what? I've been through it. I could be, God just saved me. I didn't arrive there, because a lot of women or men you see become homeless, become drug addict. They've been to something like this. They've been to an abusive relationship. Sometimes they lost the wife or the husband. It's something crazy that happened to them, and they just lose it. Some of them, majority of them. And what I'm grateful to God is during this time, I just use my friends as therapy. I was just keep talking about about my ex-husband all the time with them. And so that was it. even sometimes social media. But for some reason, I never been, I never do those things. I don't even drink alcohol. Am I better than them? No. It's just I took a different approach in life, and when I have difficulty, I deal with it differently. Am I bitter? No, I'm better. Do I hate my ex-husband? No, I feel bad for him because I understand none of us were born as an abuser. Something happened to us to become an abuser. Do I wait from a forgiveness from my ex-husband? No, not at all. Actually, last time my ex-husband said I should write him a letter to ask him for forgiveness. And do I think he's a bad person? No, he's not. Because now I have my clear mind. He also have good quality. But the way he was raised, his culture, men control women. Maybe also the fact that I'm a soft person. I'm not the type of person. When you're dealing with those people, you cannot be that lovey-dovey, right? So some people who didn't raise with love, they don't know how to give love back, you know. I don't know. I'm not God. I'm not gonna judge to say, oh, what happened to him is because that. I don't know why. Before I used to say it's because of his parents, because of, I don't know why, but one thing that I know, God knows for what reason, I started praying for him because things that I didn't understand, for me, I said how I get into this situation, how I was blind, it was manipulation. I'm someone very hard to manipulate. How did I get there? How did I get stuck there? Right? And I wanted to know that why he treated me this way after I become his wife and the mother of his children, and being the wife who give up on my friends, my everything for him. And you know, there's some question you don't need the answer. Now I don't care about the answer. One thing that I realize it happens is it's supposed to be happen, and I'm glad it happens because I know my strength after this situation, and I have also a reason that I'm in this world. I know that I don't want women and men to be abused. I don't want children to be neglected or abused. I want the world to be a better place. This situation makes me a better person and make me more humble, make me more grateful, make me wants to live like I'm on vacation every day because I could have be dead now, but I'm still in life. So, yes, life has multiple obstacles, and it's up to you to choose your result during your difficulty. Do you want to come out mean, victims, and don't learn from it? Become a criminals? Yes, you can. Do you want to become better? Learn from it. Sharing your experience with others. Make a change in this world. Yes, you can. And I think the happiest people in this world are the people who lives with no regrets and hate in their heart. If I if I could give an advice to the world is forgive. Forgive. You cannot be happy if you don't forgive. I was so, when my ex-husband was calling me in court, when he was like keeping my children against me, it's funny because those things are crazy. Um, things that I deal with the school that my children went to, using the director to calling police on me, and the police trying to get me in trouble. Like, it was just a big, and that's why I said thank God I handled the situation very well, because I could be in jail. Could you believe you're a mother, you go to pick up your kids from school, and this the, the owner and the director of the school call police on you and police told you to leave the school, if not they're gonna put you in jail. That's what the plantation police tell me. That's what they told me. Plantation in Florida, and Kiddie Academy in Plantation, Kiddie Academy daycare in Plantation. The owner, the owner, including the director, which is Heather. She even went to court with my ex-husband, and lying for my ex-husband, and I was just hurt. I was hurt. But guess what? That was just a way for God to get the deepest out of me. Like, it's good that I can laugh about it. And another thing that I realized, that if you a good person, you're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have a lot of struggle in your life. You're gonna have a lot. You have to understand, the world, they don't like good. They don't like good. They prefer the evil than good. So if you're a good person, people can hate you for just having a smiley face for no reason, for keeping you happiness, for being confident, for being a good person, to want to help. I had people in my job who tell me, "Oh, why you always want to help this person?" And people might don't even like you because you like to help, because they cannot do it and they see it as an issue. Um, yes, forgiveness is number one thing you need to start doing. Forgive. It doesn't matter what that person did to you, you have to be able to forgive. If you want to be in peace with yourself, you don't forgive because that person deserves forgiveness. You forgive for your peace of mind, for you to live with your freedom. Once I forgive my ex-husband, let me tell you something, it wasn't easy. I'm not gonna sit there to just say, "Oh, I forgive him so quick." No, he takes me 3 or 4 years to really forgive my ex-husband. There was a point I couldn't see that man when he bring the kids. I have to give him my back because I couldn't look at him. When I look at him, I had tears for all the pain he made me go through. And even I left, I just wanted my peace. I give up on everything, materialistic things. I'm, you know, women usually, we are the one that fighting over, I want the house, I want this, I want that. I'm just like, I don't want anything, I just want my peace. And that person went after you, trying to make your life miserable, and he's still complaining that I made him lose $100,000 in the divorce. So some people, they think it's okay. In Haitian culture, they have a how do they call that? They have something that they said, if you put your finger in my mouth, I will bite you. That's mean you don't look for trouble. If a woman left you after you abuse her, she didn't call you. That's something, to be honest with you, I would not advise anybody who been to an abusive relationship to not telling the police, to not report the person, because honestly, you're gonna have the worst divorce, the worst situation in your life. You have to understand you cannot protect those people. Those people, only God can protect them. If you are with an abuser, he raises his hand on you. I don't care how your heart is so soft, you have to report it. Because let me tell you something, this type of people, they will lie. They will lie in court and they will turn against you, make you look like you the abuser. So I have to go to this. And abuse is not always abusing somebody physically. I don't want to say mental abuse is worse, but it can be difficult. When somebody's calling your name, putting you down, it's really, really the worst you could deal with. You could deal with. And, and forgiveness brought me peace. Forgiveness brought me happiness. Forgiveness brought me love. Forgiveness brought me self-acceptance. Forgiveness brought me gratitude. Forgiveness even make me feel bad for the person who tried to destroy me. Right? And forgiveness is what you need. You have to forgive. Walking, I don't know, you don't see some people, some men, some women, they've been to a bad relationship and they just hate all men. I have a friend like that, actually a childhood friend. She become a lesbian, not because she's a lesbian. That girl always loved men. When I saw her lesbian, I said, huh? What happened to her? Because she kept having bad experience with men, she decided to go with women. This is someone who didn't forgive herself, you know. Those are experience of life, you learn from them and you move on. That doesn't mean because some men did wrong to you, that's mean all men are like that. So you're not a lesbian, you're gonna choose women over men because men hurt you. You think all men you're gonna meet gonna be like this way. Sometimes you have to question yourself, what is the reason I attract this type of men? Why? And I have to ask myself this question for my ex-husband. How did I attract my ex-husband? How did I let him get so much to me? You know, we allow things to happen. A lot of times, we also the reason why things happen to our lives. We allow it. Sometimes we don't, but sometimes we do, especially in a relationship. And at that time, I didn't have enough experience, and I've learned from it. I become a better person. Do I hate men? No. Do I hate the fact I've been to it? No. So I've learned from it, and I become smarter, stronger, and I move on. Do I feel like a victim? I'm not a victim. The worst thing you can do to yourself is even you are a victim, to stop acting like one. Stop thinking like one. Okay? So even if you are a victim, but trust me, there's more victim than you. There's always worse than somebody, than something. I've learned that. So if you lose your job right now, stop. Don't be depressed. Maybe you lose it for a reason. God knows what reason you lose the job. Um, I, you know, if I lost a job and I feel like I'm gonna be depressed, I always find a way to not get depressed. Or if something happened in my life, that's why I love dancing. When you do activities that you love, your passion, it keeps you away from getting stressed out because you're doing something that you enjoy. Like, I love dancing, I love cooking, I love going to the gym, I love walking, I love traveling. So I have so many things that I like doing. It's hard for me to just focus on a one negative stuff or two negative stuff in my life. And I always learn to shift my my mind, my negative brain to positive. It's not always easy because sometimes even you want to be positive, the negative stays, and you like, why? But I've learned to do it, right? Forgiveness is a must. It doesn't matter how rich you are financially. If you don't forgive, you will not be happy. Don't be bitter. Forgive so you can go, like Les Brown say. You have to be able to forgive. And you know the best thing you can do to someone who did wrong to you is seeing you happy. That's the best result you could give them. Seeing you happy, fully in life, fully living. And when I was upset, my ex was always happy. Doing that divorce, I was so hurt. And he always come. Even I try to be positive. Sometimes I pray, I'm praying for him. But boom, the next day we have a cut. And this man come with something crazy. And I'm like, hey, why? And it's like, it's so hard to keep my positivity. I said, God, the devil is trying me. I will go, I will cry. But I didn't show that to social media. And that's why I said to people, you don't judge people by what's going on in their lives. I'm talking about that now because I'm fully healed. I used to talk about it when I was like in the process. It was already almost finished. Not like I was, but when I was like broken and really hurt, no, I couldn't speak about it. I will be in tears. I will be life, life, life is just a vacation. Life is a vacation. You don't know. You don't know which country you're gonna die. I live my life like this as a nomad. I don't know where I'm gonna die. So I try to protect myself, but the experience of life, you don't know your future. Only God knows your future. Live fully. Be grateful for everything. Stop complaining. When you complain, you don't allow good things to come in your life. Complain to God. Stop complaining to friends, family, and friends, to the world. Okay? Understand that you have enough, and if you want more, ask God for more. He will give it to you. We have to learn to ask for prosperity too. Yes. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. I've learned a lesson from this show. And I hope this man write a book. I would love to read his book because I did my research on him. He has a show. Um, he goes to show all the different states in the United States, speaking about his life. I hope one day he will be in New York and I can go to see him. I can go to say to listen to his story in person, because things like that really, you're like, wow, that's like in a movie, things that happen, and you understand how the soul is not just black and white. hmm Have a wonderful night, and it's what time is it right now? It's 12:45 a.m. in Paris right now. I'm in Paris, and I know it's 6:45 p.m. in Eastern Time in New York and Florida. So enjoy your evening, and bye. Don't forget to practice gratitude and forgiveness. Bye.